Itching. I'm sure if y'all watching me, y'all like, why does this guy turn on the camera and itching and scratching his eye? Yo, allergies is a dangerous thing. I'm just checking one thing. Look, somebody else is live when I'm going live. I'm not even sure if I'm live, man. Am I live? How can I tell if I'm live? I am live. 19 people's watching me. That's crazy. I just care for yo. I need my hoodie too. Oh goodness. Yo, if you got allergies, bro, get rid of them. That's the best thing I could say. Don't rock out with allergies. This sucks. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Cozy. Ah, man, I still need my damn glasses, bro. Freak. Yo. I don't even know this is I don't even know this is allergies. It sucks, bro. New Samara Beach, Orlando was crazy for the Gamma's facts. Yes, what we changing and why? Great question. Everything needs a change, right? I've been consistently changing and evolving throughout these years. It's like with music. It's like with wrestling. It's like with martial arts. As you get better, you grow up, competition get harder. You got to change the way in your approach. Well, in these YouTube streets, bro, before you get forgotten, you got to make changes as well, man. Think of it as the music industry. I always compare making content like the music industry. Not because I'm in it. It's just that I just noticed that, all the people you grew up listening to don't make music no more. So they either phased themselves out or they just couldn't adapt. Same thing happened to YouTube. There's a shelf life. So as you do things, you want to evolve, you got to find different audience. So I've been doing that over the last few years. Despite my hustle and attempts, I have found new fan base for different reasons. And then what you end up liking, you no longer like. So people only focus on what they like, while others focus on what makes them money. But is there an angle to do both? And that's what I'm attempting to do. I always been doing different things, my content throughout the years. Well, I'm changing the camera. Well, I'm talking differently, my approach, my vlogs, the locations I visit. Like, for example, when I travel, I don't even vlog that no more. It's like, it's pointless. I used to go Adidas. I don't go there no more. Despite a lot of you guys say, yo, Frank, go to Adidas. We want to see Adidas content. I'll post Adidas content. No reviews. Then people say, oh, he's in the pocket of Nike. And then I go and make New Balance videos. And those people shut the hell up. And people are like, oh, I want to see New Balance videos. But they don't do well as Nike. And then sometimes I do Nike and they don't do well as New Balance. But it's not about where I visit. It's always been about how you convey the message, how you make your content, the conversation you have within your content. Do you have a conflict? Do you have a resolution? Do you have talking points? Do you have angles? Do you have different scenery? Is it going to be different from the last visit? All that matters. So for those who out there listen to this conversation, you want to do YouTube, you got to factor a lot of these things in, man. One, a lot of people get in their own way. They think they can't do it. They can. I'm no one special. By all means, you guys can do it as well, but do you willing to put the effort? I get it. Some people have full-time jobs. Guess what? I did. I was grinding this concurrently while maintaining a family. So when people say, "Oh, I don't got enough time," you're right. Yo, editing sucks. It took me 4 hours to start to edit videos. This is like rookie Frank. Guess what? Guess how much it takes me to edit a video now? 4 hours. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. People think it gets easier. Nah. You know what's the hardest part about making content? Or the format of making content? Like, what videos you think is the hardest to make? Do you think when I go and vlog and I do my whole mini documentaries, how I break things down and I have all these ideas and I had to like put together in a cohesive way, in a well formatted, digestible way to explain it to y'all? Do you think that's the hardest? Like trying to talk in front of people, also conveying your thoughts and points in front of those said people who's looking at you like, who are you talking to? You think that's the hardest? Sometimes you messed up, you got to start over. Maybe your thoughts didn't get out right. Maybe 5 scenes later, you realize, yo, I've been saying Jordan 1 the whole time. It's actually a Jordan 13. I got to do all this back over. Or maybe your audio didn't work. See, these are stuff that no one gets to see. They may see videos every single day, but they don't know those heartaches and headaches that people go through. So when I tell you like the hardest video to make and I describe what it's like to vlog in person, I'm saying in public, it's not even the hardest by a little bit. The hardest vlogs or videos to make is these right here. No, not the live streams where people just get their thoughts out. You get one take, you can't mess up and can't make a mistake. There's no way to jump cut. There's no way to edit something out. You mispronounce a word. There's no way to like, oh, or maybe you can't pronounce a word and it's not the vlogs. It's these. And by the way, it's not the live that I'm doing right now where I'm just rambling stuff off top of the dome. The hardest vlogs to make, unfortunately, is the vlogs I like making. And that's the sit down talking head. And here's the crazy part about it is my reward for doing those videos is not even close to when I go in public and vlog, which is easier for me. So I'll spend hours making a video in this chair to get it on point, to get it ready, to get it posted, editing, researching, documenting, more editing. And then when I put it out, the results doesn't come even close to what I do when I go to these stores. And it make you think like, why do them? Why even bother if the juice ain't worth the squeeze? But the reason why is because I like making these videos. And I said all that to say, because when I first started making videos, the hardest part was to make a video. Now that I know how to make a video, the hardest part is a type of video. So now I know how to make certain type of videos. The hardest part is the video I would like to make. So now I got to learn how to make those videos as effortless as I make the talking head videos and still convey the same points, still convey the same information, educational way I have been doing it when I do these vlogs. So I'm trying to like fuse all these different ideas into one. You got the Nike factory stores, the New Balance factory stores, occasionally Adidas, and some mall vlogs, pickups, etc. Well, I don't even do pickups. I admitted that last year, maybe 2 years ago. That's a whole nother psychological behavior that happens when making videos that you guys don't even know that you do, that I pick up on, and you don't even know that you do it. But I refrain myself from continue doing it because y'all keep showing me y'all true colors. People don't care about that. Unboxing used to be a thing. It's no longer a thing, man. No one care about unboxing videos. You guys have the same access to all these YouTubers who have infinite amount of resources to get certain pairs. You guys can do the exact same thing. It's no need. Like me getting the Jordan 11 Gammas a month early, it's no longer a flex. There's people who don't even make a content, don't even have an IG post, not even a TikTok comment, not even a YouTube app on their phone. Probably have more access to pairs of shoes than I would ever have to. But he's now on social media. So I think that age is dead. It used to be early 2015 before social media took off the way it did. And for the great, it kind of like it leveled the playing field because not everybody who wants to do it can do it as long as you're passionate about it. So that's why I always preach. Anyone can do what we do. It's going to be a learning curve like anything else. Whether it's the camera gear, whether it's your content, whether it's the type of content, whether it's how you film that content, all that is not going to come naturally to a lot of you guys. They didn't come natural to me. But somebody mentioned this in the live I just got off. I was doing whatnot, and I told him I'm gonna jump on over here because a lot of stuff I was about to talk about, I could do it over here, and that's the reason why I turned the camera on. The wrap up vid for 2025 and how I foresee myself making content moving forward. Like, what's my next goal? What's my next milestone to reach? So I decided to turn the camera on to talk about that, and also inspire those who think they want to do it. Because if we remove just sneaker content and we look, I guess what people would say, if you zoom out, it's not just sneaker content. I honest to God, is the truth. Y'all ain't gonna believe me if I tell you this. None of you guys is going to believe me, man. Facts. Cool just said it. Cool kicks in the building. Salute to Cool. Cool dude. Met him in person. We hang out. We chat all the time. We always talk about content and how we can help each other, man. Always reach out. Support him. Definitely go over and support the homie. If you like my content, you're going to love his. Support the homie. A lot of you guys probably are supporting him. But he just made a comment where he said, that's why some of these YouTubers just live stream all the time. So much easier. It is, man. Look at this. I probably was on what? I'm 13 minutes in this video. That's the length of my average video on YouTube. I'm done. I could turn this camera off and spend the rest of the night with my family. It's over. It's over. What's crazy, I would have like 20 minutes of footage and I would edit down to like 10 minutes. Anyways, that's besides the point. This video, this live is just talking about the end of the 2025, where I see the content, what I'm doing now, where I came from, where I'm at. Give you guys inspiration if you're looking for it. Regardless if you take my advice or not, I'm still going to give it. I'm going to give it once. And I know 99% of y'all is not going to take it. Who cares? I ain't here to motivate you personally. I'm just here to provide information. You do as you may with it. So anyways, I said, let's zoom out a little bit to kind of look at the landscape. It doesn't matter what profession you're in. Doesn't even matter your age. If you have some skill, some remote skill, I mean, low-hanging fruit, people say basket weaving, right? But underwater basket weaving? Oh, that's a whole different genre. Matter of fact, me and Cool was laughing at one time about the most randomest shit that we watch. And I'm about to get back onto sneaker YouTube in a minute. And we got a lot of obscure stuff that we watch. And I'll let you guys know some of the stuff I watch as well. One of the most randomest stuff I watch, I kid you not, it was someone who was riding a fake horse. It's like they had like you ever see a Muppet, like the hand puppets or whatever? It was like literally on the broomstick. They jumped on the broomstick and pretend to ride it like it was a real horse. They was jumping over hurdles. They ran the whole track in the dirt. They was cosplaying as a horse. Yo, this shit got hundreds and thousands of views. I was like, okay, that must be an outlier. Nah, the news picked it up. The news picked it up and literally was promoting it, talking about it. Like if, I don't know, like somebody invented basketball. Oh, what make you come up with this? Oh, where did it started? What got you? Like they was promoting it. At that point, I realized, yo, anyone could do anything and be successful. Just gotta know how to do it. Anyways, so I mentioned sneaker content. And when I tell you, there's no disrespect to nobody. None. None of these guys, man. I met a lot of them in person. A lot of them are cool. I don't want to sit there and name drop, but I met a lot of them. Have no problem with none of them. I'm talking about sneaker YouTubers. None of them. I'm talking from the million subscribers to downright like 10 subscribers. Where people starting or people's been in the game. I met a lot of them. Personally have their phone numbers and I chat with them. No slide to none of these guys at all. But when I tell you, honest to God truth, I'm not making this up. Not making it up. I don't watch sneaker YouTube at all. Not even a little bit. Not a glimpse. Not a curiosity. Not a ghost watch. Nothing. Nothing. Zero. I'm still subscribed to all these guys. I can still converse with them. Now I'll be on IG, I'll be on TikTok, and I'll be seeing the homie Cool Kicks reels and stuff. Nothing against them. I just don't care for it. And it's not about a passion thing. It's that I'm more focused on making better content than repeating what I see or repeating something someone else said. My content, I always want to be in my own lane. That's the reason why I did Nike Outlet. Now, it wasn't bestowed upon me by, you know what I mean? Like I had this great idea, like, oh, I'm gonna do sneaker. Nobody's doing it. Nope. I saw Mike Rich do it. I'm like, yo, Mike. Well, I watched him when he was at 50,000 subscribers. Oh, I could do that. He went to the outlet. Matter of fact, he was in Florida when he went to the outlet. I'm like, oh shit, I could do that. And I was trying to do the pickup videos, and I was trying to do like the sneaker content, like playing basketball. And then Kick Genius came out. I was like, oh, I ain't doing that shit no more. And the crazy thing is, at this point in time, there wasn't the one-on-one matches like you see right now with the like the next chapter or Ballless Life. That wasn't popping off. At that moment, I thought probably, hands down, I was still in my prime, early 30s. I probably could beat a lot of these guys in basketball. I still had the ability to. I still had my handles, had a little athleticism, speed. But I never thought about playing basketball, showing my content. I played, guys don't know, I played a lot of basketball growing up. Extremely talented. Um, got scholarships to play ball, and I lost it all. And I probably never told that story, but yeah, I lost it all. Academically ineligible, right? Um, yeah, big mistake in my life. But I moved to Orlando, get my life together, and hence the reason I'm still here. But I still play competitively. I played in pro-am against the Jason Williams, the Chandler Parker, Nick Calaces. I remember I had a Gardas behind. A lot of these guys I play ball with. Matter of fact, I played ball with Nick Calaces. He ended up playing for the Grizzlies this summer. Before he was a point guard for the Grizzlies. I ended up playing with them like that program before he was a point guard for them. And I remember like he did a move. I'm like, oh shit. Caught me off guard. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, I thought I was good enough to like play in the space. I had this idea like I could beat anybody on YouTube, but I never cared about showing to play basketball. Like, you know what I mean? No footage. I didn't care about none of that shit. So I got basketball shoes just to play ball in those shoes and show people that I can really hoop. And I never matured to anything because people gravitated to the outlets. And I was like, oh, this is where I'm going to be. And I make content. I stuck making that type of content. I enjoy making that content. I try to branch out, but y'all didn't like it. But I was so young as far as like subs and so early in the game, didn't know my format, didn't find my voice, didn't know my pacing, my cadence, nothing, none of that. So I just went along, you know, plus I was still working. It was no big deal. The way my job was signed, I was working 4 days on, 3 days off. So my 3 days was learning how to make content. And I literally took my talents all the way from Miami. I'm in Central Florida, all the way to the north, went to Canada, make content all over the place. And I was just learning as I go. What I thought people like is not what people like. People show up for what they like, and what they like was a small niche. And then I slowly became typecast into making sneaker content at the outlet. It's not a big deal because I enjoy going it. It was a pass down from my mom. My mom was always a bargain shopper. She's the one that got me into this. And here's a quick anomaly about me that most people don't even know. This is a crazy behavior I have. You can say I'm on the spectrum, maybe adult autism, ADHD, whatever you want to call me. Maybe I'm some word in the DM5 you could probably pluck out and be like, yo, that's him. But at a young age, since I was buying my own clothes, shoes, because I had to pay for it, I remember every single item that I purchased, how much I paid for it, and where I bought it. So when I'm start doing these outlets and I start talking about I saw this at this location, saw that at this location, I could literally point to any shoe in my collection and tell you where I purchased it from. To this day, even old shoes I no longer have, it just stuck with me. So I had this skill set that I thought, not even knowing I had a skill set, it was just something that just came innately natural to me. So when I start doing these outlets and I start showing prices at different locations, explaining to other people what I saw, where I got it from, etc., it was just natural. Where I would talk to other people and they'd be like, "Yeah, you went to the store and you said the shoe." I'd be like, "What shoe?" And you'd be like, "Oh, it's the Jordan 11. Oh, that was the Violent outlet. It was for $39." Yeah.
It's 10 o'clock.
Like, how the fuck you know that shit? Like, how? How, Sway? Just just be like that. Anyways, that's a little short gift, right? Giving you guys a little personal in and out, weaving through my history leading up to the point where we're at today, 2025. Um, I just kept making content, finding my voice, using the unique skills I didn't know I had that I was actually utilizing throughout this whole time. College educated, don't not the smartest person, but do have a degree, not a crazy degree. Have a computer engineer degree. It's not a big deal. Used it, right? So I had a lot of skills. Also had some unique skills that have nothing to do with sneaker content beyond the remember and recalling items, locations, pricing. Beyond that, I had a unique skill set that was more of a passion project that I was able to use and currently using at this moment. It's kind of like accidentally stole upon me because I have a unique interest in certain things. I find something I like, I zero in it. Hence the reason why I go to these outlets and spend time there because I was so passionate about finding deals. So early on, the 2015, 16s, I'm visiting these outlets. I'm finding super deals. The videos are taking off. I'm at 5,000 subscribers. I'm getting like 2,000 views. At some point in time, I was getting the growth of my channel with the views out that the views that the videos were getting, which is great. And the peak of my view or my viewership came the pandemic. See, I always worked at home since 2016. So when the pandemic happened, nothing changes for me. I was still working. I was still trying to make content. Nah, no, I wasn't. I wasn't making content. And ironically, the biggest reward on YouTube that I've ever gotten, besides the recognition from big brands and companies I work with who want to spend money with me, besides that, that's accomplishment within itself because it shows your value. I was on pace to like my trajectory for 100,000 subscribers was in the year 2020. I was averaging 25,000 views. No, 2,500 views a month. 25. 25. Let that sink in. 2,500. It doesn't seem like a big deal. But at the time, I compared to the other people in the space, the Mike Riches, the um the Kick Geniuses, the um what's his name in Oregon? Uh Hes Kicks, Fomer Simpson. I was outpacing them. Maybe not Kick Genius, but I was outpacing per subscribers per month because I have a way to check the metric and you can check. I can still do it to this day. I compare my channel to like what other subscribers people get. The damn D's at the time, so Unbreakables. And you're like, yo, everybody was at home. The issue wasn't the fact that I was at the crib. It was just my content I was making that was not in this seat. The content that at that point in time I love making, vlogging these outlets. Then pandemic happened and we got shut down. I went from 2,500 views to 5,000, where everybody else took off. It was like, damn, I got penalized because I couldn't make the content. And I couldn't recover at that pace for a long time. So this 100,000 views I got in 2024, August, mindful, I'm grateful, thank you. I'm based off projector, I'm 4 years late. But YouTube have changed, so it's not so much more about the viewership it's more about the viewership you get and not the subscriber count. The vanity is how many views you get per month, not how many subscribers you got. So I was forced into a humble state where I had to accept that, and I couldn't figure out what went wrong. I mean, I know what went wrong. People could easily blame the pandemic. Again, that's low hanging fruit. It's easy to point at one person and be like, yeah, that's the reason why. Other people had their own grift in the comments of why I haven't took off, because a lot of comments back then was like, yo, this guy's killing it. You know, everybody give you your kudos, give you your flowers. At least I was getting them super early. Super, super, super early. So I'm grateful for that. And I am humble for the opportunity that for the people I meet based off the work I put into. I don't think I would have been a different person had I reached that milestone 4 years prior. I've been the same individual. Like the 100,000 subscribers didn't change one bit. Matter of fact, even though you see it, maybe you can't see it right now, it's posted up behind me. I probably did unboxing and never talked about it again until today. And that's well over a year since I had that. So giving the time frame about my growth, my background, the content I make, a lot of you guys watch it. I have given advice to a lot of people about YouTube channels, whether they're content creators already or inspiring content creators. I have done all of that. I have conversed with the masses from audio to cameras. That's a whole nother conversation too. I have chat with a lot of people. I've been part of projects that you guys may know, may not know, with Fortune 500 companies. And then get to see the light of the day because it just folded. A lot of these opportunities come and a lot of these opportunities go. And I couldn't even get to share some of the opportunities that I had with. Some of the people you have seen, because I have done a lot of reviews. I get crazy amount of e-bikes. I don't know. I'm a sneaker YouTube channel, but that happens. Some stuff I have to turn down because it's just not part of my brand. Got an opportunity to work with the company Marcus Brownlee works with for his sneaker. Talked to the CEO. That video never went live. And I actually fumbled that. I just couldn't find myself reviewing something I wasn't passionate about. But anyways, there's a lot of stuff that creating opportunities for yourself and give you more opportunities for people. You know, like they can throw a ladder down to you and you just climb up and then they give you a helping hand to get you to the next level. Everyone needs that. So for you to get, or for me to get to that next level, I have gotten multiple different ladders. But for me to get into the, you know what I mean? Like, in other words, I've been playing in high school. I have been playing in college stadiums. For me to play on the NBA court is another level of expertise, another level of development, another level of opportunity that I would need to get to those levels. And why do I care, right? Like, your family is not like shitting on you because you made it to the NBA. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody be like hating on you. Like, that's sad, right? It's obvious. That's like you can literally figure those people out who like, oh, this nigga playing the NBA. Yo, who he think he is? Like, that's hatred on a whole nother level that's unexplainable. And I'm not saying I'm NBA talent level on YouTube. But what I'm saying is for you to be inspired to make it to the league, you got to think like you're going to make it to the league, right? You can talk it into existence if you're have that belief. You can pray it into belief if you're religious, or you can work it into existence. I'm more of the work it into, let my work shows. But doesn't mean that I'm dissolved from not asking for help or want support from others. By all means, nah. If you got an opportunity, you think you can help me, yo, reach out. And people have. So I'm grateful for that. Grateful for that. But if you want to play in those stadiums, you got to appeal to a certain crowd. If you want to be a starter in the league, you got to throw up buckets. And it's not because you're throwing up buckets every single day, because eventually you're gonna get benched. Because if you're not productive, stop throwing Hail Marys up. Stephen Curry didn't become Stephen Curry like because he kept throwing buckets up. He was hitting shots. People start watching him. I literally watched a video yesterday that shows all the 3-point shots from the 1980s, I think, to like where we at now. And this thing was like very like the way it started, I think it was like 10-minute video. And all it is was like a graph, right? At the end of the graph, it showed the number of threes that person had that year. And as the year happens, you see like Larry Bird hit 600 threes. He's like number 15th on the list. The next year, he went from 500 to like 580. Now he jumped number 10 on the list. But at the same time, people are climbing at the same time, right? So the point I'm trying to make is, so even though you shoot all the time, right? You're shooting, and your bucks are going in. Maybe you have a good game, maybe you don't. But sometimes you don't get that nod until it really counts. Like a game 7, down by 2 seconds left, and you pull up from damn near half court and you hit the game, win a championship. That notoriety will give you more looks and recognition than what you did the whole season. Like, people never see the hard work. They see the results of it. So even though you're consistent, the consistency don't get you in the NBA. I have seen a lot of people make it to the league off a good NCAA March Madness tournament. I know a few of them, not personally, but I've seen a few of them. Oh my God. And then they don't pan out. Matter of fact, we had one, Jameer Nelson. Dante West, whatever. They made it. Washington State made it. I mean, he was being looked at, but he was not. I mean, he went super far in the NCAA tournament. Got him a contract, spent 15 years in the league, I think he spent. Off that one time and that opportunity he got to play in the NCAA tournament. I think he was National Player of the Year, so I don't want to take nothing away from him. But then you got a lot of people who's National Player of the Year. Didn't even last as long as he did. That I thought was better players. Anyways, that's more personal, anecdotal reasoning than I care to talk about. The goal is, the more content I make, the more opportunities I would get. The better my content is, different people will recognize it. And the goal of the channel when I started was to help people, and I have done so. Anecdotally, I have. If I was a walk-in review board, it would be plaster all over me. There would be no room for the people I met in person who literally told me I helped them. This is not somebody leaving a comment. These are real life people, real human beings, both men and women, young and older. All have given me kudos and told me, not just anecdotally, well, yeah, obviously, but precise information and location on what they purchase and where. So it's not like, oh yeah, you helped me save money. Thank you. Bye. It's like, nah. You had a video where you showed the Air Jordan 3s, Pure Monies. It was at the Waterford Lakes. I drove out there like that same day. That was literally a conversation I had with the family yesterday when I was picking up the Gammas. Literally. And it goes on. Sometimes they have to be translators. There's people who have help in different countries. You go to my local Foot Locker, salute to them guys. Great bunch, great guys, great gals. One person in particular, he may know exactly what I'm talking about. It was a guy who worked there. He's always around when people ask to take photos of me. And he just can't believe it. He's like, yo, how is this possible? Do you know where Argentina is located? How is this possible? Do you know where mainland China is located? How did they know you? Why is it so? It happens. It happens, man. This ain't no boast. This ain't no me trying to big myself up. No, I don't care about that. Now, I'd rather people say what's up to me than not. I'd rather know who people are than not. Sometimes people just watch you and they be like, you don't know if they're looking at you because they hate you. You don't know if they're looking at you because they want to rob you. You don't know if they're looking at you because they watches you. So I always advise people, if you know me and you watch me, you can always say what's up. And a lot of them do. And I'm sure there's a lot of them who see me from a distance, like, I didn't want to bother you because I run to that individual a second time, be like, yeah, I saw you X and that this time, and I didn't want to bother you. But beyond that, right? Um, my recent content that I've been making, the reaction content, is something that I wanted to do for a while. I also didn't have the courage to do it, just like how I've been rambling for what now, 36 minutes. I'm sure I had a few hiccups, right? Um, I'm not reading off no prompter or script or anything. This is just me talking. And you have to do that when you want to stay focused on your video structure. A lot of people don't know what goes into making videos. People think you turn a camera on and you talk. You can if you got the gift to gab. I don't. Even though I've been talking for 36 minutes of my thoughts. If I was like this every minute of my life, it would be easy. But I'm not. There's something I just want to get off, so I'm just talking through it. If this was a real video, it's been 36 minutes. I don't think you guys would stomach 36 minutes. We got 150 people, 15 people watching right now. I really appreciate that. But you have to structure your content. You have to make it digestible for people. You have different type of people watching. And you can't please everyone. You can't please, be political, like the far left, the far right, and try to be somewhere in the middle. You can't do that. There's no bipartisan. Well, you could be bipartisan in the content world if you stay away from politics. But then there's certain type of content that just takes off. And the sneakers is very like niche forward. It's not much lanes. Like it's like a 2-lane highway and you got 1 or 2 lanes to travel. Sneaker reviews, sneaker something. Where you see a lot of people who does the reaction vids, they have a broader scope. Shit, they can even talk about damn sneakers. I saw one guy who I follow, he talked about cool kicks and what happened to him. He has nothing to do with sneakers, but he was able to tackle something mainstream. And I know he's involved with sneakers because I saw his collection before, but it's so minute. It's probably like a 1%. I would say smaller than 1% on any of the videos he ever made. Sneakers is not on his mind, but he covered it. And he has that latitude to do so. With sneakers, you got 2 lanes, bro. You got the passing lane, and then you got the slow lane. I mean, other than that, we got shoulders. Who want to ride on the shoulder? Shoulder would be something like, yo, I want to cover the Kendrick Lamar beef on my YouTube channel, but it's about sneakers. And then you go and talk about it, and then people like, this ain't you. Like, I ain't here for that. It's kind of bumpy. People ain't gonna show up, man. There's so much that goes on YouTube, right? And then so much. I guess the point I'm trying to convey here with all my rambling from point to point, anecdotal responses and reasoning, I'm lining you guys up for my ultimate goal. And my ultimate goal is to have the latitude that's not 2 lanes. To have the latitude where I'm not typecast into different things. And as I'm saying that, I'm hearing the same thing that you probably watch with other YouTubers. Like, I'm tired of X. I'm tired of this. I'm not that. I just want to preface this one point. I'm not leaving sneaker YouTube at all. A lot of people say it's dead. The only time I argue with people, and I know a lot of them say is like, it hits different. The only time I push back on some of the comments they say is when they refer to views, because the moment when people don't get views, they blame the algorithm. And someone who studied tech and understand by all means, I'm not a data, well, somewhat. I'm not a algorithmic studious of YouTube and its algorithm, but on the surface level, I am because you gotta learn how to play the game, right? Like titles, thumbnails. But I'm not deep in the weeds where it's like, oh, YouTube don't like this. I gotta remove this. I gotta do it this way. I'm not that. I'm not that guy. But people would make those complaints, and I'm like, this is a clear sign that you gotta try something innovative. Change your speed. Cruise over to another lane before you curve back into the slow lane. Be deliberate. Be, you know what I mean? Like take courage, take attempts. Don't get comfortable. Change something. It's not the views that's hurting. It's the people who's not showing up for your content because they don't care. So I'm not sure who watches my content, or you're a sneaker YouTuber trying to be a sneaker YouTuber, or maybe you're in a different genre altogether. When you don't see the views, I mean, yes, there could be some other technical reasons, but the most people should be looking at is the type of content they're making. Maybe they no longer want that. Maybe they grew out of the type of content you're making. Or maybe you did something so poor, they're like, yo, this guy's not credible. He's not who I thought he was. He's not it. He's not that guy. How you not know the difference between Jordan 1 and Jordan 11? I'm guilty of it. I'll be saying Jordan 1 all the time while I'm referencing Jordan 11s. But that's just a short slip up. It's not in. Nothing should be. You should unsubscribe for someone for it. But I always say change your channel. Well, that's not happening to me. When my views go low, I do tweak. I get more deliberate. I start making different content. And you can see that as of last year. Last year, I did a shift where I started doing more educational, informative style videos. I broke down a video called JD Sports Took Over and No One Noticed. That video took off. It was very educational. And guess what? Even you guys who buy sneakers, most of you guys didn't even know JD Sports owned Hibbett Sports. They bought Finish Line. They bought DTLR. And lastly, Shoe Palace. A lot of guys didn't even know that. Matter of fact, the people that worked there didn't even know that. I conversed with people from DTLR and JD Sports. And this ain't no cap. I'm not saying this just to have a conversation, just to have another 2 minutes talking points. I'm literally telling you stuff of the people I speak with in real life and in person. A lot of people didn't know that. And when I made that video, I was proud of myself because it was something I always wanted to do, but I didn't want to do. It wasn't because I was afraid of negative feedback. This ain't your skill set. This ain't, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. I mean, yeah, part of it was that you don't know how you're talking about, but I took some time to research it. I did that video in a day, posted, didn't think none of it. It took off. The amount of comments I got, the amount of feedback I got was so positive. And it wasn't something like I did and it was like accidental. It was so intentional. I wanted to make an educational video beyond just showing people what shoes is in the stores and how much they're going for. I want you guys to take away knowledge and information that you can apply elsewhere in your daily life. And you can be like, I learned that from Frank. Even though I don't buy sneakers, and I get that all the time. Hey, man, I just like the fact that you're educational in some of your videos. I'm not even into shoes. I got a homie right now who literally texts me that. Here's another anecdotal thing that happened to me. Um, I'm I'm seeing if anyone left any chats, man. I can't even tell if my chat's going slow, if people leaving comments, or you're just engaged in this conversation. Um, Wherever you decide, bro, we here. Slick Ray, what's up, homie? Big homie. He's also a moderator, so be nice, bro, because he could block you. Speak your truth, homie. I appreciate you. One of the females employees at the house of who used to work at Champs in Daytona. Oh, that's what's up. You guys not saying much, so I'm gonna keep on. We here listening. That's what's up, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. So before I get into that anecdote story, I just want to slide back to that video I made. Right? If you go and you can Google it. Matter of fact, let's do it together. Let's do it together. And I forget how many views it get. I know it's well over 100,000 views, right? And it was shot over last year, and it got to 100,000 views super quick. Like I want to say, um, I want to say like within a month or two. All right, boom, boom. See if I can bring that up. Boom, there it goes right there. JD Sports took over and no one did. No one noticed. Jay-Z founder was found Jay-Z JD Sports was founded. Was it said? Damn, I can't remember. So making this video took a lot of research. Now, you would think like arguably like days. I don't have a research team, right? It's just researching. Type of video you want to make. All right, what you need to know. All right, research that. And I remember coming back from a trip. I took the family up north. We stopped at every state. We went to Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Philly. Took a train from Philly to New York. Spent some time in New York. Met my dad. All my kids got on train rides and never did. Even my wife, she never even. There she did. We went in 2016. She got on a train ride, but it was more of experience for everybody. And I remember like traveling. I'm thinking like the content because I was like, I stopped making content when I travel because it's not conducive to my channel. Like, people don't care about you getting on the plane, off the plane. I never. Matter of fact, sometimes I don't even tell you I'm traveling. I just probably shoot a video there and come back. I'm posting a video like I live there. That's how it was. But this particular trip, I think we was going for like two weeks. I literally stopped. So of course it stopped being obvious when you're like, oh, he's in Georgia. Oh, he's in North Carolina. Oh, he's in Maryland. Oh, he's in Philly, and so on and so forth. Um, so I'm driving back. I listen to podcasts a lot. Always been listening to podcasts. I did a lot of audible books. Like I've been in tech for so long, so I indulge everything tech. How startups are made. Like the books I read, you guys won't even know, man. Like the level of knowledge, and not tooting my horn, but the level of like understanding, a passion it takes to do something, it's unfathomable. No one would ever sit there and do the things I have done to get to the knowledge and point I have gotten to. And it seems like, oh, just show up. Don't get me wrong. There's people who have it easier, and not my saying easy because it's gifted to them. Just that maybe they're right place, right time. The transition was easier to get to the point they wanted to. I'm not saying my transition was hard, extremely hard. It took some time to get comfortable in front of the camera, especially most recently when I make this video. Where I'm gonna get to is, um, and if you look at the wave, the retention was crazy on this video. Obviously, crazy here. I had the B-roll going, finish line, showing some B-roll from back there. But the point I'm getting at is the stuff I stuff I subject my, I can't even say that word. See what I mean? I could edit that part out and choose a different word. The stuff that I choose to do to get to learn something or get to another point, another phase, another opportunity, I do that deep dive. So me learning about tech so early on, the hatching of Twitter. This is when Twitter was on cell phones where you have to. People don't know that now. Like it's an app. Um, the Steve Jobs audio biography, how these companies work. The world is flat. The Google book, like all these innovative companies I have learned and studied. I, c- I could tell you what Google Docs was before it was Google Docs. It used to be a company called Rightly. A lot of people didn't know that. What was Google Voice? Google Voice was a website called Grand Station. That's where you get free numbers. A lot of these people bought properties and incorporated them into their businesses. And we as consumers just assume, oh, let's just pop up here and everyone knows it. Nah, there's somebody else intelligent property. No one needs to learn this. They'd rather buy their way in here, and we praise the people who buy it in here, and we don't know the history of it. Same thing with content. You have to learn and study, or you could cheat and not say cheat, but you can find shortcuts. I'm not a shortcut guy, so I learn deep dive into certain things. So making that video, I took the long route. I learned how to make a video about this. Then I had to learn the material I'm making the video about. So yeah, those are not shortcuts. It would be nice to just ramble off a whole bunch of words, read off a prompter, read off of scripts, and then give it to a video editor and have them post that video, and boom, let's see how it do. I can almost guarantee if that was me doing that, not saying no one else can, I would not got the results I did. So this video literally took me to that point in time where I realized my value is providing a lot more information, a lot. And I put myself in this rabbit hole of learning how I can provide this type of information. So then when you get into YouTube, when you make a certain video, they want you to double down, make that certain video again. That's how it works. That's how the algorithm rewards you. Can you do that again? And hence the reason why I refer to like the um, music industry. Is it a one-hit wonder? Is it Milli Vanilli? Are they lip singing? In other words, are they cheating? They're reading off of prompters and scripts and pretending like they're the most smart and educated person in the room. Like that's the Milli Vanilli effect. Then you got somebody who actually like the Kanye seems arguably could be crazy, but the level he goes at to make music, it's undeniable. You can't deny the man's a genius in that regards. But sometimes when you're a genius, there's a thin line between insanity and Einstein. There's a thin line, bro. Just like this says a thin line between love and hate. It's a thin line. So do you want to straddle that line? Because once you go on one side, bro, it's hard to get you back. Look at Kanye. It was hard to keep on that line. I think when his mom died, that kind of could change some things, but who knows? I'm not a clinical psychologist. I can't speak on his mental health, but we all have it. We all understand what we need to do to get things done. Most of us don't do it. Most of us procrastinate. But once you find that motivation, once you get that dopamine hit and feel, go into it. Some people go 100 miles an hour. Some people take their time. When I make this video and I realize what this is the videos I like making, the feedback was crazy. I got reached out to by a professor at Arizona State. Ironically, my son went there. It was so meta. Like, yo, how? He's like, and to his point, he did offer to buy my son lunch. I was like, yeah, my son's too young to go on to actually be on campus. My son was at the time, I think he's probably was 17 or maybe 16. My son got accepted into college super early at 15. Now, I'm not saying he's coming from a genius family. I'm just saying his father's smart. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? But all jokes aside, he got accepted early. I did been to Arizona when we went to the tour of the campus, etc. My son take classes online. Ironically, he's not as passionate as he once was to be this young in school. But anyways, that guy reached out to me and rather left a message, and he asked to use this video in a lecture. He said he's a 6-year-old professor. He loves sneakers, and he just liked how this video was crafted. Very informative, very educational, and that kind of like changed my thought. Now I'm walking that line. Can I keep this up? Can I do this? And I enjoy doing it. So much so, I did it again. The results for the next video wasn't as crazy. Wasn't as crazy as that video. But I tell you what happened. I had a homie. He calls every so often. When I say calls, like maybe twice a year. Someone I grew up playing ball with. And he knows I do YouTube. He always support me. But the moment I made the video that follows that, I forgot what I titled it, but it had to do with Foot Locker acquisitions. So I'm taking some skill set that I already garnered when I was younger. Listen to podcasts, listen to audiobooks, learning how 500 companies work, top 100 companies. I only told you 3. There's 15 more that I can tell you about. I did a video about the acquisition of Foot Locker and their properties, the not intelligent properties, but the acquisition of companies they bought. They bought Atmos. Foot Locker invested money into GOAT. I broke that down. Similar to this, but not as long. And clearly, Foot Locker doesn't have as much properties or doors or companies under their portfolio like JD Sport does. So it really wasn't intense. video like this was, and this wasn't really intense. This was like, to me personally, if I would grade it, knowing what I know now and the skills I have, is like a 50. I mean, apologize, like a A, maybe a 85, 85 to 90, right? It's not bad. It's not the greatest. But there's some levels to type of work. And the video I did, I would give that a 80, the one I did by Foot Locker. But my homeboy called me. He's like, I mean, he was at work. And he was like, man, I gotta call and tell you, bro. I absolutely love the video you made about how you broke down Foot Locker acquisitions. He said, I'm not into sneakers. You know that. I watch your videos to support you. I can't say I watch all of them, but I couldn't help but acknowledge how well thought out this video was. This was such a great video. I was like, damn, really? He's like, yo, I love everything you did in that video. The way you broke it down, da 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 da. I'm like, all right, I'm on to something. All right. Now my litmus test is the people who know me and support me, right? And then the previous video with the one JD Sports, I don't know those people. You got people as high as professors and people as high as sneakerheads watching that video. So I'm like, yo, it's 2 home runs. What else could I do? So I start getting my bag and I start learning about retail behavior. Yo, I feel like I'm losing my hearing. Can y'all hear me? I mean, it's so stupid. Can you hear me? I'm the one losing my hearing. I start learning about retail behavior, retail manipulation, return policies, different companies, auditing and pricing. What's a hash wall? What's a B grade? Logistics of these companies. When do shoes release? When do they re-release? What's the spacing between those re-release? Why are some shoes made in Korea and others made in China? Why do shoes separate? Why do shoes crumble? These are all videos I have done, by the way. So it's no longer on the surface level. Now I'm taking layers deep. And I'm trying to make that content because y'all here for the entertainment. Well, what you see in the stores, the price and the availability. But y'all stay for the education, at least when I do deliver it. And from August of last year, 2024 to now, I would say 80% of the videos I've done is educational. There's always a theme to it. There's always some education angle to it. There's always information angle, but it was more deliberate. So, and then when I start doing, and if you can quote me on this, bump that. I ain't never said it, so it's not a quote. You can audit me. In other words, go back in my timeline and tell me I'm wrong. You don't gotta do it now. You can do it whenever. And say it in a future video if you're bored at work and decide to. Let's say Frank's telling the truth. I started really doing mall vlogs, like getting into mall vlogs after that video that JD Sports took over. Now, you can make the argument like, no, Frank, you've been doing these early pickup videos. And yes, that's true. I started doing that when I started taking YouTube more seriously. I started going there because it was another form of content. Someone encouraged me to do so. Someone who watches me saw me in the line at Foot Locker when Foot Locker was doing a renovation. And he was like, why you don't come out often? And I just stick to the outlet. Obviously, I was working. I always could find the time. He's like, bro, you need to make yourself more available, bro. And I don't think he was saying it from a selfish level. He was saying like, yo, if you show a mall vlog, I will watch it. And it was very sporadically when I do that. So I actually started doing mall vlogs, and then I started getting more intentional with it. So if you watch my mall vlogs, now they have angles. I break down the years these shoes comes out, what the pricing were before, what's the difference between the previous release, the new release, how long the shoes released prior to this release, so on and so forth. You can audit me, go back and watch 2024. Easily, you'll find that in my videos. And I never cared about review. You'll never see me. I mean, I'll do a short, but you're not gonna make a. I'm not gonna make a whole video reviewing a shoe. Like, I'm not. But I would educate you about a particular shoe. It's almost like a review, but not. It's almost like the information you need to know, but you didn't know you needed it. That's the content. And by all means, I'm not the authorian and the historian about some of these shoes. I'll provide the knowledge I care to share. Others may say, "Oh, Jordan also X, Y, and Z." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing." Thumbs up. So my content has transformed. I don't know how long you guys been listening, but it's been an hour right as we speak. Hour mark from since I clicked start. Well, actually, I had changed my hoodie and all that good stuff. So we're an hour in theoretically. YouTube don't know the difference. I ain't start talking until whenever, but we're an hour in. And what I said earlier was, I forgot what I said. What was I going with this? I got distracted because I was looking at the time. Um, the content I want to make versus the content I make. The content I make is outlet videos. The content I want to make is outlet videos, but with educational and informative and being informative. It has to be deliberate. Long gone the days of me showing up, just showing prices and showing shoes and out. Now there's behaviors and intent behind those videos, but my thought process is there has to be a rhyme or reason for me to show a video. Fast forward all those talking points from I took you from when I lost my scholarship from playing basketball to me reading books, listening to audiobooks, my degree I don't use, to where we at in the state of Frank's content that you guys state that you love and watch. I'm not arguing that you watch it every time I drop it, but you love seeing it. But do I know why you love seeing it? In other words, I'm trying to break that barrier. Is the love because you like to see my face? I doubt it. I'm sure there's more attractive middle-aged men out there. I'm sure there's attractive females that some of you guys are probably going to watch it that did what I did. Right? Am I the smartest person? By all means, not even here for that argument. I've been wrong once, but y'all decide. I need to know, not asking you a question because I'm not concerned about your because Steve Jobs would say that, man. People don't know what they want. That ain't what I'm here for. I'm not asking for you to tell me what you want from me. I'm going to give you what I want to give. I'm not being apologetic about it either. I don't know what you guys love more. The content, the education, the informative, or the fact somebody is winning besides resellers. All that could be subjective. I'm not looking for an answer. That's my job to determine. So when I talk about people always complains about views, I always say change your content, change your strategy, try something different. And here's the thing, making content doesn't have to be like an overhaul. It could be a tweak, a small tweak, maybe an intro, maybe a 2-second word, maybe the tone, maybe how you speak, maybe how you convey. Even the damn angle of the camera you use can evolve your whole channel. Literally. So those people try to get into content. Because I get a lot of you guys. Whether you take my information or not, I'm going to give it to you here, and I probably won't give it to you again. This is some free advice. Just make the goddamn content. Just make it. Whatever it is, people are going to let you know we don't like that shit. How do you know? Because look at your views. That's the clear example. And if you think making the same content over and over eventually will get you a different result, you already know. The definition of what? Y'all call it insanity. I call it stupidity. Y'all pick and choose which word you want to use. Insert the same definition, though. Now, it doesn't mean you can't make the content you like. You just got to evolve it. Like I said, 2 seconds, angles, change vocabulary, how you speak, your cadence, your rhythm, your style. Make changes. Eventually, you'll find your audience. I'm not saying change your whole style, because guess what? These audience dudes, the supporters, y'all call them subscribers. I call them supporters. They will show up or disappear based on what you're doing. I got over 100,000 subscribers. Do you think every 100,000 subscribers still watching my channel? They probably outgrow my content. They probably outgrow sneakers. But ultimately, what this video is about is this next thought that I literally just pondered right now. It's about growth. It's about getting to the people who don't care about sneakers, but they need to listen to me. Not because I'm the smartest person in the room. It's because I'm the authoritative person in this space. Not about sneakers, not about shoes, not about Jordans, not about content, not about Nike, not about Nike Outlet. I'm the best person that makes my videos. No one else does my videos better than I do. Someone told me one time, I did a whole mini documentary in the Adidas store because I broke down how Adidas and Kanye split during that time. That video did well as well. Again, that was another video I created when I came back from my trip. It was one of those things that people said, like, they went off to the mountains, they had a little hiatus and came back, they found God, or they did something different, a kumbaya moment, they became spiritual. I ain't talking about none of that. I just went on vacation and driving damn near 16 hours back home with the family. We stopped so much. I had to keep my mind occupied with 2 kids in the car and a wife. I thought about things and I literally did it when I came back. And I did it after and after, or over and over and over again. I came to that consensus. I love doing this type of content while doing the content that you like. So when I make that video and I got that feedback, mind you, I'm getting these dopamine hits in the comments, the people hitting me up on the phones and the emails I have gotten about the content I was making. It resonated with me. Like, you guys could be here for the outlet. I just need to know why you're here. It's not your job to tell me. I just need to provide it. It's my job to figure it out. And while I'm doing that, I'm making the content I want to make at the same time, feeding the machine, making the outlet contents, breaking down the educational aspect of it, the informative side of things. So that gear turned on over a year ago. So I've been rolling doing that. And this brings me to my last point before I get out of here, right? Because I guess I'm going to eat. Nah, I guess I'm not. Store's about to close in 15 minutes. So we're here for another damn hour, I guess. Nah, I ain't going to do that. But closing notes. About to wrap it up, man. In conclusion, if you're a professor, whatever you are, whatever skill set you have in your job, whether you're in real estate, whatever, maybe you just watch me because it's smooth. And a lot of people say that too. It's just, I'm not high beat. They don't like that. You know, back in the days, people think they had to be loud. They wasn't really who they are on camera. They're the opposite person off camera. I'm exactly who you're seeing. I can talk to you the exact same way off camera. I actually think I speak better off camera, man, because my thoughts would just ramble. Here, you got to think things through. In this case, I'm not giving a damn. I'm just speaking. But in conclusion, I kind of give you guys where I'm at making these videos for the outlet content and the type of content I'm making, the content I like to make, and where I'm at with the new form of content I'm making, which is the reaction content. I don't know how much of this I want to share because I don't think I'm there yet. It's nothing personal. It's nothing bad. I'll share in a way where it's motivated because it motivates the hell out of me. It may not work for everybody. Everybody, you know, different behaviors get people up at, you know, in the morning. Whether it's your kids, whether it's the mortgage you got to pay, whether it's the child you got to support. People have different motivators. But you can argue they all stem from financial gain. So if you want to achieve happiness, some people may feel they need to make more money. That's not everybody. I was never the one who chased a paycheck. Wasn't like the priority of mine. It's like, oh, I gotta make X amount of dollars. Nah, I mean, pay me what I'm worth, and I got paid what I was worth. Um, but for me to get to the next hurdle, the next jump, I have to introduce different content. And you may see that's different output, more output. Did I drop a video today? I sure did drop a video today. I almost thought, I'm like, yo, did I drop a video today? I did drop a video. Sometimes I get sidetracked, but I'm not even gonna look what video. I know what the video was. Now I remember now. So here we go. The motivation is the same. I deep dive into everything I get into. I no longer, well, surface level, you could think like, oh, he make YouTube content, but there's a lot more stuff that goes behind the scenes. Whether you're learning camera gear, whether you're learning how to write a script, whether you're learning new things about sneakers, whether you're researching, it's a lot of things, how to make it. You know what I mean? There's so much nuances that goes behind the scenes of making content, especially when you do it all type of guy like I am. I noticed, not this is the part where I told you without breaking down too much. It's nothing bad. It's nothing bad, but I'll just share with you for motivation purposes. I'll try to angle it off a little bit until I get to that point. I'm not fear. It's not because I'm fear of judgment. It has nothing to do with none of that. It's nothing to do with what you guys think it is. No insecurities, nothing. It's just that I'm one of those guys who like to do things before I like to report it. Even though I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna do this next week. But that's surface level shit. I'm talking about like deep down. Like my goal is to buy a Lambo. No, it's not, but hypothetical. I'm not gonna talk about my goal to buy a Lambo. Because then if you see me every single day and I'm not working towards it, it's easy to be like, this guy's full of crap. Bob means it's not it. But I'll leave with this. I see people who's well off. I'm not talking about somebody who's making a couple thousand more than me. I'm talking about somebody who's making millions more than me. And the motivation came because he was working harder than me. He was working a lot harder than me. And where we were equal is that he left his job no different than me. He was a computer guy. I was a computer guy. There's some other details, but he was doing well off for himself way before the YouTube. But then he got into the space and he just kept grinding and took off and took. Don't granted, he did it longer than I have, but his work ethic was so crazy. He was dropping. It's not a. I'm not gonna misspeak. I'm not exaggerating. This is not hyperbole. I'm not gaslighting. None of this is fiction. Wait, I use the right word? None of this is fake. Fiction is fake. This is the truth, I guess I'm trying to say. The man was posting 64 videos a day. Houseway. Then it dawned on me. This mother is rich. He can afford to do that. He's a millionaire. I'll hire 2 people too as well and have them I'll shoot the videos and have them edit the videos and post it. It's not a big deal. Until I realized he says he does this on his own and he does it 8 hours a day and no one helps him. And I thought to myself, how does a person who can afford to hire any help he wants work ethic is so hard? And I know my work ethic is hard because what I told you I did earlier in my life, even leading up to this point, like I said, the stuff behind the scenes, I have some vice that I take care of, whether it's reading, learning new different products that have nothing to do with the YouTube, but eventually it will, because sometimes your external skills can match your internal skills. Internals being what you're doing for work. They don't have to be a conflict. They don't have to be like a yin and yang. Oh, it's no work. It's non-related stuff. I'm going to play baseball. Oh, I'm going to play basketball. Nah. You could be a nerd and you like reading comic books, but then your vocabulary get crazy, and then you can bring it back to the channel and talk crazy or talk avatar, whatever the skill would be. So I realized I'm not working hard enough. I'm not working hard enough. And how do I make 64 videos a day when you're making sneaker content? How? How? Like sneaker content. Remember that lane I told you? We only got a left and a right. We got a passing lane and we got a slow lane. Anything beyond that is on the shoulder. People don't like shoulder. This highway, infinite. You can talk about sneakers. You can talk about politics. You can talk about whatever. But I'm not jumping I'm not jumping on the bandwagon because another content is more popular. I'm just saying, how can I incorporate that skill set into my niche? So I started doing that. If you guys look back in August, again, all this stuff is public. You can audit me. You can call me a liar. All you gotta do is go and check and see. I guarantee you're gonna agree with me. Around August of this year, I start dropping shorts. 3 shorts a day, minimum. Not sure if you guys are getting it. And my growth was exponential. From views to subscribers to monetization, it grew. It wasn't because I was chasing money. I was chasing how can I provide more value? How can I be more educational, but still make the content that I make? And then I came to this idea, yo, just do reaction vids. Still engaging, still informative, still educational. If you're going to look at the educational video I dropped the other day, I dropped a video about I hate when YouTube don't put your videos in order. I dropped a video about, I don't think I'm lying. Yo, how long ago was that video, bro? Go on my channel, my guy. Like, I'm not in control of doing this. I drop a video. I'm just trying to give the title so you go back and look. I drop a video. Matter of fact, I'm just going to show you guys. And I think I want to show you. Matter of fact, we'll do it here. I want to show you the thumbnail. But this is essentially the video. This is my reaction video to let me go back home real quick. This reaction video I did the other day. And I titled that video, Why Dead Stock Jordans Are Worse Than Worn Ones. In other words, worse than worn pairs. This is a breakdown, explanation, and commentary all in one, at the same time providing education and informative information to you guys. And guess what? As a byproduct, I learned what that word. Fuck is that word again? I was just repeating it to my wife today. I was like, you know what? I just learned this and I can't never freaking pronounce it.
Hydrolysis.
Hydrolysis. There we go. Why? I can't remember that word. I learned what hydrolysis is. And this is a full circle moment because remember I told you guys not too long ago, depends when you listen, maybe 5, you still get the context of this conversation, where I learned so much, it's hard to incorporate some of the stuff that I learned into my material. Well, I'll take that back. Let me change the structure of that point. I want to make more videos. I want to put myself out there more. I want to still keep the educational, informative style videos going. I also want to keep the entertaining and show you guys what's in the building. I would like to do a lot more videos. So how do I do that? Well, I could do reaction vids. Boom, this is the topic we're on right now. While doing so, I'm still able to learn. I learned what hydrolysis is. Go back and watch that video. I can explain it. I don't know if I need to. The concept of this conversation is pretty much the breakdown of your shoes and what turns your shoes into dust. So if you got shoes that's crumbling, that's due to hydrolysis because of the TU, which is the material they use to make your midsole. And I broke that video down. Doesn't get crazy views. Probably not gonna make a lot of money. Probably not get no subscribers, but it's another form of content and it's still educational. So the goal and the most important thing I want you to take away, whether you're a content creator, whether it's just life in general, or whether you're here just for me. There's always takeaways, there's always different points and angles to anything. If you ever stuck into something and you want to know what to do next, trust me, there's other tunnels you can dig. So I came to this epiphany like, yo, I think I found my 64 videos a day. Now, mind you, I'm not gonna be doing 64 videos a day. It's just the motivation, right? It's just like reaching for the sun, land on the stars, whatever that says. Reach for the stars, land on the cloud, or whatever, yo. Reach for the rim, land on the floor. Whatever your metaphor reason is, reach very far, even though when you land on something still special. I don't need to be 64 videos a day. I don't need to make $300,000 a month. It's crazy, right? It's not unheard of. If you guys listening got any skills, I don't care if you're college educated, I don't care if you're a mechanic, whether you went to school to be a nurse or a doctor or a lawyer. If you have any skill set at all, you can literally come on this channel, not mine, your own, and make content and make it to it sticks. If one person watch, do something different. If 10 people watch, do something different. If 500 people watch and that's your benchmark for the content you made, double down on that. If 5,000 people watching and you're just consistent and you got 1,000 subscribers and you got 5,000 people watching you, you're doing great. You're doing great. And I'm saying all
It's
this
11
because
o'clock.
a lot of people been working for years, and I know times can get hard, it's rough. This ain't that type of video. I'm not here speculating, trying to motivate people about don't feel bad because you're not making the money. I'm not here for that. If you are, I'm not here to try to disparage you, kick you while you're down, whatever. People going through different things for different reasons. But why am here is to say, if you ever want to make extra money, if you ever want to do anything, if you ever want to learn anything, if you ever want to apply anything that you do outside of work, inside your work, there's a way to do so. There's different angles, there's different opportunities, there's different behaviors, there's different looks. You accomplish that just by trying. So when you see my videos go up and it don't get that much views, please don't think I fell off. Matter of fact, if you want to say that, that's fine. That was just motivation for me. A lot of people are not built the way I am because I don't worry about outside turbulence, what people have to say. Like comments don't bother me. That's why I never delete people's comments. You have to be a different person, right? Some people get emotional. I'm not here for that. I'm not here to uh, protect people's feelings. But what I am gonna say is, when you see the low counts, just think it's a work in progress. You want to see that so you know how to improve. So if I make these reaction vids and you guys not showing up for it, I don't think it's a failure. I just think I gotta get better at it. Now the one video I did most recently about the beak race, that's over 100,000 views in a couple days. Appreciate you guys. The one when I did with Cool Kicks and his raid, that did great. That was my first attempt doing so. Then I started covering some news articles and that started doing great. But they were so far between the different instances that I feel like I didn't get the momentum. So my goal now is to ramp that up. You're gonna start seeing more reaction vids on this channel. But I'm not losing the education side of things. I'm not losing the informative side of things. I'm not losing. It's gonna be probably more entertaining in that regards. It's gonna be shorter videos for bite-sized reasons, but it's always gonna be informational, educational, and entertaining. So if you see me dropping 3 videos a day, I'm forewarning you. It's not because my channel is dying. I just want to make different content because I want to show my different skills. And there's a lot of knowledge that I know that I have learned over the last 15, 20 years from my adulthood to being in my 40s, what I can do. And the motivation part, if I had to give it, which I could care less to, because I know and I hate doing it because I know a lot of y'all are not going to freaking listen to me. I could tell you all my secrets. You still ain't going to listen to me. It's just how people are wired. You have any skill set any skill set. All right. I said that enough times. Make content. I guarantee you, you're gonna start taking. You don't know where the angles is gonna come from. You don't know if it's gonna be something you picked up as a child that's relatable in the present time. If it's fashion, you already know fashion always repeat itself. It's full circle. You might get it just in a way. For example, I have a crazy collection of Levi's jeans, like 80 pairs or something like that. You know what else? You know what else I have extensive collection of? And it's not shoes. It's still jeans. Sean John jeans, right? Also, I'm fascinated by the quality of hoodies. I'm saying all these obscure things to let you guys know, even if you got these random ideas and behaviors that you could care less for people to know about, that can also show up in your work. That can also show up in these videos. That can also show up in your personality, and you never know. I told y'all, people put a damn puppet or muppet on a broomstick and rode it like it was a horse, and they got national attention. And it wasn't like a fluke. It wasn't like a one-off. It wasn't a one hit wonder. There's literally tournaments of these people riding a damn broomstick, and they get way more views than us. But me, I don't know about y'all. And it's not because I'm downplaying or hating on them or whatever the case that you could think that I could throw shade at regarding them. Is the mere fact that anything can work on these tubes, man. Anything. So when you see somebody with 1 view or 50 views or 100 views, just remember that person is trying. If he knows anything about YouTube and he's not stuck in his own head, just remember, you have to try, iterate, iterate. You have to. So I preface all this to say, I'm going to be goddamn doing reaction videos. If that's took me an hour and 30 minutes to get that point across, that's what I'm doing. I mentioned that earlier, but also want to not give motivation at the same time. I want y'all to listen to me, because if I say I give it motivation or try to inspire people to do shit, they ain't going to do it. I don't want to waste my breath or even think I'm wasting my oxygen trying to tell people what to do when they ain't going to listen. It's pointless. I've learned that the hard way. So all my friends who be hitting me up like, hey, how you do this? Hey, you can still hit me up. I'll still tell you. All the YouTube people who be hitting me up about certain things, I know them personally. Great good group of guys. No qualms against them. Still hit me up. Matter of fact, I know some of them listen to me because they still call me about the stuff that they have worked through. I'm not above learning from others as well. So if y'all chime in the comment, if you see something I can do better, it hits different. If you got some reaction videos you want me to react to, so long I can pull the angle, entertainment, educational, and informative out of it, I'll do it. And hopefully the goal is to broaden the channel, give me more growth. And it's crazy. It's not like my growth is standstill. My growth is growing. My growth is growing. Literally. I'm not going to mention my numbers. I'm not. I'll say this much. I don't know who your favorite sneaker YouTubers are, but if you got any data, you got any statistical data, I use TubeBuddy. Go to TubeBuddy and compare my numbers with anyone. I challenge you. Anyone. I ain't even gonna tell you where I place on the Olympic totem pole. That's how confident I am. So it's not I'm chasing money. Obviously, that's the end goal, right? But the results of it is the work. The results of it is creating something that hasn't been done. I don't know who else is doing reaction vids. You might see an influx in it now. Now that I'm talking about it, now that I'm doing it, I encourage people to do it. Because here's the thing. I don't mind talking about it because I already know people ain't going to do it. Point blank. They're not going to do it. But anyways, that was what I wanted to talk about. My growth for 2025 was great. It came to the latter point of 2025. Something clicked. That conversation clicked. That motivation sat in, and it's still sticking. I should literally write some kind of quote against the wall, but that's corny. I ain't going to do all that. But that motivation, I tell to a lot of people. I actually tell people the real story of what the individual said. He didn't say it to me directly. He just said it in general. He's an open book. But that motivation stuck, man. Like, how is somebody who already made it, in a sense, outworking you? Like, how? That should never happen, bro. Not saying it can't. Not saying it's not possible. It's impossible. But nah. Mm-mm. That's why in August, I turn a whole new page. Whole new page. I'm about to turn up moving forward 2026, man. So you're still gonna get the entertainment with the Nike factory store vlogs, the New Balance vlogs, what I've been stuck to for the last couple months. Adidas, you guys don't show up for that. Miss me with a whole bunch. I don't shoot it. A lot of people said I was a Nike pocket. I didn't address it. You guys, you could do your own research and figure that out. Look at all my content, what I make the most of. I make the most of what makes sense in dollars, literally and figuratively. And I'm not talking about cents like CENT, but literally that could be determined as well. If it doesn't make sense and sense, it's no need. But I can do it. It's nothing stopping me from doing it. I could take a L. You know what I mean? I got videos that doesn't Nike videos that don't do as well if I my best ideas outlet vlog. Um, but I'm gonna start looking for different form of content. Not so I don't want to get nobody scared. So what I'm not gonna do is stop doing sneaker YouTube. What I'm not gonna do is stop showing you guys the deals. What I'm not gonna do is try and be informative and educational while visiting these outlets. What I'm not gonna do is doing these mini vlog essays in the stores. That's what I'm not gonna do. And the last thing I'm not gonna do is just make that type of content I just mentioned. That's what I'm not gonna do. What I am gonna do is everything that I said I was not gonna do, which is everything you guys have known me for, and then some. YouTube Shorts is still gonna be popping off 3 times a day, and you might start seeing reaction videos 2 or 3 times a day. So I encourage you guys, you find anything that you need me to react to, and I can pull those 3 criteria out of it, feel free. Those videos will not be long and intensive and drawn out like you will see my Nike outlet vlogs, but they'll be just enough bite size to get you through a lunch. Oh shit! I'll just learn something from Frank. Thank you. That's the type of um time I want. I want to be like, what Frank talking about? Might be in a line in Chipotle. Let me get some rice. I would beans. Damn, your 30-second cents. Yo, what Frank is talking about? Oh, that's crazy. Oh, I feel you, Frank. Let me leave a comment real quick. That's the metric, man. I don't know how many of you guys are watching me right now. I'll probably talk y'all to death. I'm gonna wrap it up. I was supposed to go and grab some food, but missed that window. That store is closed. And the viewership dropped significantly. So I'm out of here. I really appreciate you guys for watching and listening. I'll even do a quick Q&A real quick, man. If you got anything to say, I don't want to just leave y'all hanging. Diddy jeans, facts. The Diller jeans. Harry Potter jeans. John, no Diddy. Facts. Facts. What my lighting look like? I felt I should be glowing more. I look stale and dull. Is it because it's on this screen? Why is it broadcasting like I'm in Sony Log? I can't pause it. I'm in Sony Log? Yo, I don't like how this broadcast, man. I want to move that over there. I want to move this over. I look great. On this monitor. And my best monitor is this monitor, even though they're both 4K monitors. But the broadcast locally is great. The rebroadcast, horrible. I don't know what's up. But anyways, we had over 100 people at the peak of the video, like 115. It's probably cooking earlier. Then I kind of been a little repetitive, but regardless. Expect more of these too. These live streams. I'm gonna get a little bit more fancier. I know I was able to show you guys a lot of different things I've been doing as far as like showing my screen. But I will be doing live streams 2023. We're gonna be active. All right, guys. Well, thank all who's still here. Thank all who came and went, got what you need to get out of it, and took off. If I don't get back on the live stream this year, I want y'all to have a happy Christmas, New Year's Eve, and happy Halloween. Happy New Year's. I doubt there's not gonna be an opportunity. Maybe I can do like a live stream for Christmas or something crap like that. We'll figure it out. Also, keep dibs on my community posts. I post there a lot, like letting you guys know about my whatnot live and all those shoes I just sold behind me. I sold my breads, y'all. Look at that. Damn, I don't know what angle I'm at. I sold my breads, man. I sold my breads, y'all. That's crazy. Breads, some Jordan ones. We got rid of a few things. My collection is down and out for the count. We got re-up in 2026. We only be going after the things I absolutely want, and we're gonna circle back into the things I didn't get this year. So stay locked into the reacts. Stay locked into the live stream. 2026, we're taking off. We're gonna be doing a lot of vids. Maybe not 64 vid caliber. Maybe, I don't know. Definitely reaching for the stars, right? But stay tuned. I'm see y'all in the next building. Oh, by the way, I might delete this right afterwards. What I could do is take a portion of this and post it. Then I have to sit through the whole thing. I don't know. I'll leave it up for another hour. Let those people who didn't realize I was doing a live stream pull up and listen to it. All right, y'all. Happy New Year's. Happy Christmas. I'm going to see y'all before then. But till then, see y'all in the next building. Peace.